This is Football Daft with Stephen Purden,
midfield dynamo and average actor,
Chris Toll,
target man, suspicious character,
and
With the top end of Stevenson,
Welcome to Football Daft. It is the daftest Scottish football podcast around. I am producer John, and of course let's welcome the team. First, a man who might be speaking a little bit like this today because he's just been to the dentist. It's Chris Toll.
Right, lads.
How's it going?
Alright, I never get anything done this morning. I went in and it ended up just being a check-up, but I have got a lot of work to be getting done in the old gub.
Fisher seals.
Say it again?
You get fisher seals if you get them, no?
Mate, I have to get
Everything.
hundreds of pounds worth of fucking work done, man.
What was the time of your
How
appointment?
you take a slug out a big glass of Coke?
By the way, the best part is, I went with my Coca-Cola t-shirt on. And see, two people, Sammy's like, I can't believe you're going to the dentist with a Coca-Cola t-shirt on. And when I came out of the dentist, a wee woman went, "Oh son, I like your jumper, do you like Coca-Cola?" I'm like, fuck, I can never wear this again, Jesus.
Did she buy you a wee can?
In a cone. A can in a cone and a fucking sherbet dab. Good times.
And now for a man who always asks for the large fish, it's Grado.
Good evening, guys. I did love that meme, that old fun facts with John Hartson at the weekend complaining when he put underneath it. Excuse me, I asked for the large fish.
John said about a weekend, didn't he?
Oh man, very entertaining.
Well, we'll
Very,
get to
very
that a bit later on, funnily enough. And finally, a man who wouldn't shite from a Lundstrom tackle, it's Stephen Purden.
Oh! Hello.
Look at him wearing these fucking Real Madrid top. See if that's what makes you popular, Stephen. Fair enough. That's what you need to do to make you popular.
Yeah. Anyway, you're chat, me. Next time you see me, just fucking come at me, man.
Stephen, next time I see you, I'm going to tackle you in the core. Next time I see you in the core, I'm going to tackle you. We'll see what happens.
Oh Jesus.
Jesus, we've started.
Grado's don't get the mental capacity for this, man.
I don't like things like this.
No.
Anyway.
Listen, before we go on, guys, we've got like a new feature on Football, the birthday spot. Gebby has been in touch saying, "My husband loves your podcast. He is Stephen Gebby. He will be 50 on the 26th of April. Could you maybe mention him on your podcast? Wish him a happy birthday. He'd be chuffed. I'm sure it'd make his day. He listens to it every Friday. He's a big Rangers fan and a wrestling fan too. So wish him a happy birthday." So
Happy birthday.
Wait a minute, lads. We need to check this. You know, like people tag Hulk Hogan in pictures of fucking Peter Sutcliffe and all that, and say,
right, yeah, you Google Gene.
Have you done your due diligence on this, John?
I've not. Well, let's just Google Gene Gebby. Gene Gebby doesn't strike me as being the
Gebbies. The Gebbies.
Did you not say it was Stephen Gebby?
Gene Gebby, not
Stephen
Gene Gebby.
Gebby.
She's left a review of a Mano Italiano in Barhead. So, and it was a good review that Gene's left there. I'm just.
Is that a Protection Act, John? No.
Well, it's on the Google, mate. It's on the Google.
it's on the Google machine.
It's Stephen Gebby. No serial killers, nothing of that ilk. He's on there's a guy, Stephen Gebby's on Instagram. So I think it's okay. So I think we could wish happy birthday to Stephen.
Happy birthday, Stephen Gebby.
Happy birthday, Stephen Gebby. Hope you've a belter, mate.
Will we give him a happy birthday? Because I kind of jumped in there.
You sing it, go for it.
Okay. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, Jesus.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Stephen Gebby. Happy birthday to you.
I truly hope after all that it doesn't turn out to be a serial killer. By the way,
And here we have Mr. Christopher Toll wishing our latest serial killer, Stephen Gebby, a happy birthday. Considering the Netflix documentary.
All the Rangers supporters watch Toll singing to that murderer.
And just in true commercial radio style, Stephen, you share your birthdays with former Wolves midfielder Bakary Sakho, former striker Marlon King, Channing Tatum, Kane, and Miss Dynamite.
Kane.
Well, you know.
That's a belter.
There we go.
So there we go. So Happy birthday, Stephen. What's been happening in Scottish football? Listen, we didn't talk about it on Rangers Daft. We're too busy talking about the old firm on Rangers Daft versus Celtic Daft there on Monday. You can listen to it if you want. Let's talk about Thursday's European game, Stephen and Grado. We didn't have a chance to talk about the game against Braga. Talk us through it.
Honestly, it was one of the nights again. We record this on a Thursday. This Thursday doesn't feel like a Thursday because it's usually we're spanking teams in Europe on a Thursday, do you know what I mean? But that Thursday there, it was another one of the, it's becoming a regular occurrence now at Ibrox. Yep. These nights under the lights, you don't want to leave the stadium at the end, the place is still bouncing. What an atmosphere. There was a wee bit in the middle of the game where I thought, we are going to fold here, we're going to fuck this. It was a wee bit dodgy for all, but we got there in the end and it was another, there's just, Grado will tell you, there's becoming so many of these memories getting made at Ibrox on a Thursday night. Now, Grado, it's just becoming...
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Sensational, man. It's been brilliant.
It just had everything right for the first minute. See that first half, John? Honestly, I don't remember Rangers ever playing that well in Europe. They were shit hot. And obviously, as Bob says, when they scored a goal, what was it, the 84th minute? I just thought this has got it written all over it. This is just our luck. But
because it could have been about 7-0 at that point.
That was the worst thing with the Roof's goal.
After
miss. There was hundreds. I thought this would be fucking cruel if we get put out here tonight.
And it just makes you go, if we're still in with a shout in the second leg after we go to Germany next week, the following week at Ibrox is going to be absolutely rocking. It's going to be, it's because the atmosphere at Ibrox these days at European nights is just, it's spine tingling, man. And I'm not even exaggerating. I can't say enough about it. I can't do it enough justice. If you're not there and you've not experienced it, which I know you're never going to experience at all, John, you never know. But it's like it's just unbelievable, man. Honestly.
That's fine. By the way, see how even if you don't go to the games, like, because I regretted not going to football last week, but see the coverage on BT, man, it's superb.
Oh, that camera on the wall, the club deck.
That's what I was actually going to say. See, I don't know if that's BT or if it's Rangers.
Apparently it's Rangers.
Aye, because it's anyway, it's like it's new camera systems along the. I thought genuinely it looked like there was a drone flying about the stadium. It
looks class,
man.
It does. It looks.
And Rory Hamilton for me is the best commentator as well. I like him.
BT must be absolutely loving Rangers right now, but they must be loving them because it's like they nights, they're so dramatic. The atmosphere is fucking fever pitch. It's got everything, man. It's got everything. But I just pray to God, next Thursday we do ourselves justice in Germany, we can take the second leg to Ibrox and still be a mere shout because it would just be phenomenal.
Why not? The only thing is, I'm never missing a game that I can go to, so I don't have to suffer Stephen Craig on commentary. That's the only thing.
Oh, he's so bad, isn't he? He's so bad. Honest to God, man.
He's not that bad.
It's what you call him for Phoenix. Stevie Jukes tweets about him every week, man. Every week. Can we turn him off now? He just hates him. But he's a really nice guy. But
he's actually good. See, actually.
He's all right, man. Credo, that's just see if somebody's a terrible wrestler. He's a lovely guy.
You do that in just life, though. There's someone that's terrible at your work. You go, but he's a great guy. He's a lovely guy.
He tries his hardest.
Lovely fella.
Lovely fella.
Always get me the same way.
Unfortunately, missed the game because I was doing the Falkirk 97 Union dinner where we got to the final and got beat by Kilmarnock in the final. Had a bit of a faux pas at that, boys, as I was going to tell you about. So I was introduced, I was hosting the night, doing all my bit, getting the raffle going, doing the auction, all that nonsense. So I came to introducing the team upstairs. Now, my brother, who was organising the night, hadn't told me that a few people hadn't turned up. And I had questions. There was a few important people that meant to turn up. Andy Gray didn't turn up, who was a great player for Falkirk, played in the FA Cup final as well as Falkirk. Neil Oliver, who scored the offside goal in the final, he didn't turn up. Anyway, I had questions ready for these guys, but in the end, they hadn't turned up. So I announced the whole team. They all come up, right? And I thought, right, I only had a few questions for a few people. I thought it's rude not to ask the full bunch of them questions because I was going along the line. So
He's done a Gradle, hasn't he? Know what I've always wanted to ask you?
I'm not.
See before you signed for Falkirk, were you always into football?
Had you always wanted to play in a Scottish Cup final?
Tell us about the memories of when you signed for Falkirk.
How was your lockdown?
It's for dinner the night.
So, I goes along the line, right? So Alex talking, it's no bother. Asked him one question, he talked for about 10 minutes. Went along the line. So I was talking to Albert Craig. I was talking to a couple of the other boys that were big in the team. Scott McKenzie, Scott Crab. And
Scott Crab, wow.
Scott Crab, still a handsome guy at this age, by the way. Still looks really fit. Still looks really fit. So anyway, I get to the end of the line. I skipped Crunchy because I thought I'll come back. He's the big one. I'll come back to him at the end.
he's the draw. Crunchy's the draw.
Aye, he's the draw. So we're into Mark McGraw and Paul Mathers, right? Who didn't even get into the 97 squad. Though Mark McGraw did score like a goal in early round, so he was one of the reasons we're there. He scored a winning goal. Anyway, so a big faux pas goes to Mark McGraw. And I'm struggling by this point, boys. I'll be honest with you. The questions are running out. So, what did it feel like to be part of that 97 Cup winning side? You know.
Oh, and then wasn't he?
No, but he had since. Oh, it was great squad.
Cup winning side, John.
Well, sorry, 97 side, right? So, and I said, right, what have you done with your winners medal? He says, I didn't get one because
mate, nobody on the stage got a winners medal. What are you talking about, John?
The runners up medal. Right? I said,
you said a winners medal?
I said a winners medal.
Did you just kind of kid on that he's won it for that?
Saying champions at the end of the night, though.
One of the cardboard tenant Scottish Cup things.
Champion!
I didn't realise back in those days, though, you know how the whole squad gets a medal these days. Everyone gets a medal. He didn't get one because back in the day, it was only the team that were there on the day that got a medal.
So did that? John, the shit like that no get a pure good like for the audience, not that. Does that not get you all laughing and giggling and that?
Oh no, what he did ground to swallow up. All right then, we'll move on to Paul Mathers. You weren't even in the team.
That's so funny. What question anyway? What did you do with your runners-up medal?
I was struggling by that point, Grado. Anyway,
what was the big one for Crunchy?
Oh, I ended up trying. I got steaming.
Why you get half of me?
I ended up trying to grab Crunchy back to an after party after the pub. He wasn't up for it though. Good night.
When John says an after party, it was fucking Citizen M. Just thinking Crunchy.
we raised loads of money for M&D Scotland and the Chris Mitchell Foundation.
I've got images of fucking. Remember the scene in Extras with Stephen Merchant and Ronnie Corbett in the toilet? I've got images of John fucking Crunchy doing gear in the toilet.
It's all kicking off in here.
It's all kicking off in here. I've got little Crunchy in here.
By the way, you're right, because fucking Crunchy's tiny and John's a big.
I know, and John's fucking huge.
I know. But well done. I have to say, well done to my brother. He organised tonight, made loads of money for two great charities.
Well done, man.
And Chris Mitchell Foundation.
That is well done, though.
Aye.
We were talking about the European game earlier on. Good shout out to Motherwell for moving the game, obviously to Saturday at 12 o'clock, which suits Stephen Purden fine because he's doing the kilt walk.
Yeah.
But I mean, the SPL have said we're very pleased to accommodate Rangers' request and wish the club very best of luck in their European campaign. Good decision all around, I would say. Chris, you would even agree with that, would you?
Your mic's up. I don't give a fuck, mate.
You get that what you said.
We could see a whisper. I don't give a fuck.
I don't really care.
Well played Motherwell and well played Alan Burrows and everyone at Motherwell because we all want to see Scottish teams do well in Europe, even if it is Rangers, Chris.
Hey, mate,
so that we can get into the Champions League again next season.
So, it's a good decision all round. So that's 12 o'clock kickoff this Saturday. Big news of the week as well. Sean Maloney is been let go of at Hibs. Ron Gordon says he's come out afterwards now saying he's open to selling Hibs, but doubts there's anybody more committed to the success of the club after a disappointing season. Sean Maloney, I think it was 16 games he lasted.
I mean, right, he wasn't doing well, right, but that is just an absolute shambles. Somebody losing their job that quick. He's had one. Did he even have one transfer window? Did he have January?
This will be the third Hibs manager this season, then, eh?
It's wild, isn't it?
I know. I mean, he actually, Ron Gordon came out and said he probably acted a bit too hastily with the sacking of Jack Ross.
Jack Ross had them in a cup final.
Yeah.
He had them in a cup final.
I mean, but you've got to feel for Maloney. What was he? The assistant or something?
Assistant at Belgium.
At Belgium to go. Do you know what I mean?
Grado, the number 1 ranked international team in the world.
I know.
And
he was way Martinez all through them getting to number 1, wasn't he? He's waiting for a long time.
The good thing is, right, and for Maloney, I think Martinez is probably going to move on after the World Cup, right? And Martinez will get a big club. He'll get a big club, and he'll take Maloney with him. You know what I mean? So it's a shambles. But what about the Sam Allardyce rumour?
Yeah, Sam Allardyce spotted at Edinburgh Airport. I don't know if that's a lot of shite or not.
I don't see that.
I can't see.
It would have been it by now.
I know it would have been. Some interest. The favourite at the moment is Malky Mackay 2-1.
Aye, and I don't see if he listening to Howard, man. I don't see it being Tom now. I see it being he wants somebody with a bit more experience.
I think that's the same. Although Thompson's got Kelty promoted, I still think it's a risk for them. Even though I think he will be a great manager.
I think it's a risk. But I think it's a risk for Kevin Thompson as well.
Well, exactly. Look at Maloney. That was a risk.
But Kevin Thompson's at least had management experience, you know. And
where is he in the list, John?
He's 5-1. He's third down. Second favourite, David Gray, 4-1. And check out this name which has appeared, which is an interesting one. Jonathan Woodgate, 6-1.
Jonathan Woodgate.
Yeah.
Probably bring Big Sam in as his assistant.
But I mean, he's obviously done decent. He's done a kind of half decent job wherever he's went as manager. Like,
is he not the Middlesbrough manager now?
No, he was sacked from manager.
He gets sacked from Middlesbrough.
A good while ago now, Chris. A good while ago now. But
it's one of the ones, but that it would be a kind of forward thinking move.
Aye.
Well, I mean, he's a big name in world football. The guy played for Real Madrid, for fuck's sake. Do you know what I mean? He's got a profile in football. So
he was part of a fucking sensational Leeds team, man.
Aye,
sensational
best Leeds team I've ever seen in my life.
Aye, definitely.
So I will wait to see what happens at Hibs over the next week or so. Do you think they'll just put someone like David Gray in charge?
The thing is, you're in the bottom 6 now. You're not in any cup tournaments. I would really do. If I was, the sensible thing would be to let David Gray have it to the end of the season, do your fucking research, who you want in, interview process very carefully if you're new to the end of the season, and then you fucking start going pre-season on you. But
so basically what you're saying is then, Stephen, if they bring in David Gray until the end of the season, he'll say hello and then wave goodbye.
Then wave goodbye, aye. And then just kind of...
And then just sail away.
You know, another one will come. Hold on.
Oh wait, we're talking about David
Gray. We can stop babbling on, Stephen. There we go.
And I tell you what,
I can't think any, boys. I can't think any. Please forgive me.
There we are.
I tell you what, he would be mine choice for the.
We're definitely done now. VAR, boys, it has been.
Oh, there, come on.
It might be a good appointment now, but Janky can do it in the January rain.
I don't even know these songs are existing.
We're just making up David Gray songs.
Just fucking.
Do you want to go, Grado? Are you done?
If we use sail away, aye.
Say that. Grado, say that year's love, mate.
Aye, whatever happens with this year's
right, VAR, guys. VAR is coming to Scottish football in December. Neil Doncaster came out and said, ideally you'd want to start at the season, but it simply wouldn't have been ready. You could have taken the view that you could wait until season 23-24, but there was a desire to bring VAR in as soon as we could. Other leagues have done it with staggered starts, such as the Polish and the Czech leagues. The cost is going to be 1.2 million per season, and that's going to be made by 12 clubs on a sliding scale. Premiership winners will pay around 195,000, and the 12th place will pay 67,000. Are we all for VAR in Scottish football?
Aye.
Of course, but see that starting December shit.
That's so that you've got a head start in the league, you prick.
Well, did they not say that they were going to? Did they not say that they were going to roll it out, but it'll be finalised by after the World Cup? So they're literally not going to have any games in Scotland played under VAR until after
until December.
That's just asking for shite. That's a pure stupid start.
Asking for big trouble for me. Like, right, so for example, let's say relegation. There's a relegation. Maybe Kilmarnock and let's say Ross County are down the scrapping for relegation if Kilmarnock come up, right? It's 1-0, right? There's a dubious offside goal, right? We don't have VAR in the first half of the season. In the return fixture, we do have VAR. Just say it's for a relegation. They score, like, there's another dubious goal, but it goes to VAR.
Aye, I know.
Kilmarnock are relegated as a result of the goal being ruled out.
Why would it not be ready in time if they've all agreed now?
They've got to put the fibre, I think it's like all fibre optic cable. I think it's actually the infrastructure that's Stephen. So, like, you've got to lay down fibre optics and all that sort of stuff.
I think the thing with that
is all these stadiums not already got that purely for television purposes?
I don't think so, Chris, because I think Neil Doncaster went into it in length, but he was talking about the infrastructure and actually there's quite a bit of work to do to get it in.
It's Gayfield, isn't it? It's Gayfield that's the problem.
Gayfield. So we're all for it. Mid-season's not ideal.
I think it's better if they just left it to start the following season.
Right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they can't just do it post-season, like pre-season. Why they can't just get this done pre-season? Because if we're definitely bringing it in.
There's probably mega logistics and all that in the foot.
Aye.
Aye.
At Ibrox, you can just use that fancy fucking camera thing that you've got anyway.
I know. So that, but man, I mean, look at Scottish football now, right? And look at the absolute whipping boys of the referees. See these guys in Scotland in the VAR, man, when it goes to them and all that, wee photos of them, they are going to, see initially, they're going to absolutely cop it, man. You're going to have people with PTSD after doing it. I'm not going back to that joke. I'm not going tonight and telling them I'm sick. Imagine the camera going to them, man, them sitting there. Bullseye Bruno at the table.
That one, I'll turn up for my shift, but I'll see him no well and leave before the game kicks off. Show a bit of willing, know what I mean? Show a bit of willing.
The one thing is, though, 41 clubs voted for it. One club voted against it. Who was the one club?
It was Morton.
Was it? I heard it was a championship club.
I have heard through my sources it was Ayr.
I heard it was Morton, and the reason that they used was they think VAR ruins fan experience, which... Because the person that sent me was going, fucking Morton. I goes, but that's actually a valid point.
I think it's a double edger, Gradle. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you could be like that. You could be thinking, oh, this goal's going to get cut off. This goal's going to get cut off, and then your man does the wee telly thing and says goal, and then it's a second celebration.
Well, it was the thing the other night against Braga, where the 2 goals we scored, man, and they get see the way me and my mates the full stadium, but me and my mates cuddling and all that, we went 2-0 up right away, and then it gets chopped off and you're like, oh fuck. But
then also the fans, a lot of folk didn't understand the referee's horn signals, because the referee went
the Rangers fans
and he went and pointed that way and everybody went yay, and then the commentator's going, no, that's actually,
can't imagine like Willie Collum and Clancy and all that, man, pure after they look at the telly. What are you saying, Clancy? Is that a goal or no? Do you know what I mean? It's like
penalty for Rangers.
So VR, we're all for it in football, Daft. Well, apart from Stephen who wants to come in next again season.
But sure, and also about the I was telling you in the group chat about the money they have to pay. Why did they not have it sponsored?
Well, I guess...
Can that not happen in countries? There must be a law.
They could, but I don't know what kind of sponsorship you get. You could get...
It took us 5 years to get a sponsorship for the fucking Scottish Cup.
They struggle anyway, get sponsorship for anything, so we'll wait and see if they can get that done. Right, Daft this week, guys. Would you like to hear about Scots being the best lovers? Would you like to hear about why tequila and toddlers don't mix? Or would you like another round of football Daft fortunes?
Football Daft fortunes.
What's that again?
We answer them.
Right.
Family fortunes thing.
Right, so this week's top 10 is the most boring topics in life. One new study has revealed.
Politics!
Oh, for God, right, would you hold your horses? Is basically the topics we get most bored of when we talk about them every day in our life. Right, okay.
Politics is going to be, man.
Straight in there. Politics is number 3, Grado. Go again.
Fucking hell. Talking about their wains. Folk talking about their wains.
Talking about their wains. It's not there, no.
Really? I would have took that.
Chris.
I'll get one. COVID.
COVID is there, mate. COVID is there. Coronavirus press conference is there, mate. Well done. Another guess for you, Chris.
The weather.
The weather is not there.
No!
I'm surprised at that. What about...
it's my turn.
Stephen's
It's like your turn.
So I thought we were just thrown in. Sorry, Chad.
Art.
Who talks about
art?
Boring
The
country.
same sort of country talk about politics, mate.
Aye.
Art is not there.
No.
Is it my turn again?
Yeah,
You're
you're
up, Grado.
What about employment now? You always go for small talk. You still want the way? You still want the way? You still, I feel as if
it's
it's...
not,
Still kick a ball.
Aye.
not there, Chris.
Going to the gym.
Aye.
There,
one, mate.
it's
No.
not there. Stephen.
Hold on. Motors, the motor.
Not there. We'll go around once more. Grado.
Talking about their... What about religion? No?
Not there. No. Chris.
I've got one, and it's something that Grado talks about all the time. Talk about your dinner.
Talking about
Do you know what? I want to give you that.
Aye.
People taking photos of their food. There we go. Is in there at number 6. Okay, Chris, you get to go again.
I don't know. Move on to Stevie. I don't know.
Stephen, last go.
Cricket.
Cricket is in there, mate. Cricket is in
Right,
there.
so sports then.
There's another sport in there.
Hold on.
Wait,
Golf.
Golf is there, Stephen. Well done, mate.
Snooker.
One more
Oh, it's my
guess.
shot, mate.
One more guess, Stephen.
Know what I mean? Is there another sport there? Did you say? One more guess. Fuck, man, this is hard. I'll move on to Grado, man.
Right, we're done. Well, I'll give you the rest of it. Okay, the ones you didn't get: junk mail, accepting cookies, video adverts. I know. Video adverts you can't skip. The Royals, talking about the Royals, so I'm pretty sure Stephen and Grado are quite happy with that.
Happy birthday, Her Majesty.
Happy birthday, man.
Is it her birthday again?
Do you know James
Twice
McAvoy?
this year.
I know. James McAvoy shares his birthday with the Queen. I saw that.
He'll love that.
I'll bet he fucking doesn't.
Having no Wi-Fi is the most boring. You know what? You're fucking this place hasn't got Wi-Fi. Can you believe it? It's still got Wi-Fi. So
That's very hard. They're very hard.
Because I thought it was like the most boring. I get it now. It's like...
John,
it's
do
the
you
most
get these
boring-
off American websites or something?
yeah, they're all
Right,
American.
okay.
They're all American. So there we go. That's Football Daft Fortunes for this week. On Football Daft Focus, we are talking to Arbroath with Arbroath TV commentator and the host of the Lickty Lads podcast, Fermer Innes. Grado's very excited about this. He's going to...
I've been listening to him for the last couple of weeks. He's a good commentator, man. He'll struggle to understand him.
See Arbroath's fourth goal on Saturday. Holy shit,
I missed
man.
the fourth goal.
What a fucking goal it was, man. It was an absolute peach.
So we're talking about that ahead of the biggest game in Scotland this weekend as Arbroath face Kilmarnock on Friday night. On the big question, we want to talk about the best players out with the Old Firm this season.
Oh,
the player profile playoff is on the way to win pies. Grado has got 3 riddles provided by listeners this week, I believe, Grado.
It's funny because I just saw Keane toe in the background and I went, fuck, I forgot to do the riddles, and then I realised I've had loads of messages with riddles, so we're brand new.
We're brand new for that. And on teammates, it's Celtic legend Jackie McNamara.
The champions of grooming are here to save your balls. Let's be real. We all know that Manscaped is the world champion of below the waist grooming. The Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0 is going to have you feeling sleeker than Ronaldo. We shut off. Just make sure you're keeping your Man City under control. You wouldn't want to get yourself in a scoring position just to have your Lionel Messi balls blow it for you harder than PSG in a second leg fixture. Come get the best ball products your money can buy them with the code DAFT at manscaped.com for 20% off plus free delivery on your order. We all love Manscaped here, and we all love the performance package at Fit by Daft. It's the real deal. Toll, you love using it yourself, don't you?
I do. I've got a freshly shorn minge right now. Was in the shower the other day, whipped it off in one go. Not a blemish. Beautiful.
My wife keeps complaining that I'm more groomed than her these days.
Aye, Nicholas said that to me sometimes as well, but I used it because we've got two different ones, and I used one on my face with a guard on it this morning, and it's class.
Well, it's funny you say that, mate. I keep my Manscaped lawnmower in my boot for my work, and I just kind of go in and top it up.
Brilliant. It's perfect, isn't it, man? It's brilliant.
But I mean, I don't know the hygiene rules of that, putting it in your buzz and putting it in your cooting.
No, that's what.
Wait a minute, I've got 3.
No, Grado, that's what I'm saying. I use one for my Davina McCalls and my Chistonora, and I use the other one for my fucking Chevy Chase.
Me too, man.
That's how he's always turning up to panto rehearsals, all spotty and all that.
You're singing out his teeth.
And Grado, anyway. Do you use the weed whacker? No.
I do.
Weed whacker's class.
That's in my downstairs toilet. That is the greatest ball hair trimmer ever created. It's a Lawnmower 4.0. And the weed whacker, as Johnny Boy says, for your nose, for your ear hair, the multiple ball formulations that you get with it, and it's even get your travel bag and your boxers. The performance package, it just does really put the ball in footballers, doesn't it, guys?
Yeah, it really does, Graham.
Redesigned electric trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0, I've said before, it's simply the best hygiene tool. See, it's very hygienic for the modern man. Get your boss skills to Sarah level smoothness. And because of the ceramic blade and the skin safe technology, your snags will be reduced and you'll be protected from any rash tackles when shaving. The trimmer's battery also lasts 90 minutes. You could be shaving your nether regions for an entire football match. And remember to take a little water break at half time, of course, because we don't want you getting dry. The performance package also comes with the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer. It's waterproof. That uses a 9,000 RPM motor power 360-degree rotary dual blade system. And it provides also with your safe skin technology that does prevent your nicks, your snags and tugs and your delicate holes. And we always like to put over the liquid formulations that your boys get. They get the best feeling for the kick-off to the final whistle. So you use the crop cleanser to clean your body and you stay fresh and you give your balls a boost at half-time, tea time or any time. This package is head-to-toe top class and an easy choice for the best footballers in Europe. And April is, of course, the beginning of the baseball season, but it's also the start of Testicular Cancer Awareness Month. Awareness to testicular cancer, men's health and some early cancer detection. It's committed, Manscaped, to raise awareness for the most common form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35 and giving support for fighters, survivors and families impacted by testicular cancer as we are part of the We Save Balls initiative.
And do you know what else you can do? You can make it a team sport. Get your missus to shave them for you and you'll never shave alone.
Get 20% off and free delivery using the code DAFT at manscaped.com. It's free delivery, 20% off, manscaped.com/daft. Also, I should say the code's daft. Anyway, there you go. That's your ball update for the week.
It's now time for Football Daft Focus as we get into the big talking points of Scottish football. This Friday is a massive game in the Championship as Arbroath face Kilmarnock at Rugby Park to keep their fairy tale alive of potentially winning the league. On the other hand, Kilmarnock could win the league on Friday if they beat Arbroath. Over 12,000 tickets have been sold for the game, which is unbelievable. We're an absolute cracker with 1 point separating the two sides at the moment. So on to talk about that from the Lichty Lads podcast and Arbroath TV commentating legend is Fermer Innes.
Hey!
Eagle's very excited about this, Fermer. He's very excited about this.
I'm a big fan of your work, Fermer. As I say, the last couple of months I've been tuning in every Saturday and listening to your commentary, man. You're brilliant.
At least somebody loves me.
Fermer, how much do you rate Ricky Little?
Aye, come on.
No, he's okay.
By the way, can I just say something, right? I'm absolutely gutted, right? Because see, this weekend, I've not wrestled in 2 years and I'm going to wrestle in Liverpool. See, all my pals, Kilmarnock is only 10 minutes down the road. All my pals have hired out a bus. They're all leaving tomorrow night, Faye Stevenson, to go to Rugby Park. I'm absolutely fucking gutted. I'm missing it, man. I'm gutted.
I know.
You'll be able to watch it in BBC Scotland. It's not too bad. You'll see them getting pumped in it.
Aye. Are you confident tomorrow, Fermer?
Of course I'm coming through. I'm sitting here with about 7,000 tickets.
Do you think you'll get the job done?
I think we should, to be honest with you. We're back playing decent football there on Saturday. So, the team seems to be all right for it. Let's make no mistakes. It's not going to be easy. Kilmarnock's a decent football side. Our banter aside, it's going to be a tough game. But I think I do fancy us. I really do. I'll tell you, I'm absolutely gutted. Every year, me and my pal put money on Arbroath to win the league. Every year. We didn't do it this year.
He's didn't.
So that's telling me that we're going to win. I'm going to be skint. I couldn't care.
Answer me this one, Fermer. Is this Scottish football's Leicester?
I think it's bigger than Leicester. If you think about it, Leicester did it with a lot more professional players and a lot more money. We've done it with guys that we've come for.
Done it with Ricky Little.
I'm saying. Guys, we've come to the second division with a lot of these players.
Bobby Lynn. Arbroath legend.
Aye. I mean, this Bobby the day. He's in at Arbroath the day getting his hair cut for a big game in the morning, like to make himself look tidy. I've not seen the results, but they'll have to be a fucking good hairdresser. Oh, sorry, I'm not going to swear there, boys.
Oh, you can swear all you want, Fermer. You can swear.
You can swear all you want.
What do you think? What do you think's been the kind of magic wand for Arbroath this year, Fermer?
A combination of a few things. Dick Campbell and the backroom staff, and actually time. They've been, as we said earlier on, our joking aside, we've built this team up over the last few years, and they get out they're playing so much for together. There's that hashtag thing, togetherness. They really are playing together for each other. They're digging in. They've got that never say never die attitude, and for me that's a great thing. And I don't care how much you've seen us. It's a wee bit difficult on Arbroath TV and some of the games in sports scene. We've not been that brilliant, but we play a lot of good football, and folks not seeing it, and we showed a wee bit of that on Saturday. So I think that's what it is. Dick Campbell, togetherness, and time.
I tell you what, see tomorrow, Fermer, right? What are you doing commentary, or I think you don't do it because will you be in the?
I've had to stop doing the comment. I stopped doing the commentary because when we did it in lockdown, after lockdown, they gave me the chance to do it, but I kind of stopped because.
But you were doing it a couple of weeks ago.
That had been reruns. You'd been listening to, or you'd been listening to the other boy, Scotty Strachan, and I'm gutted. You think he's better than me? I'm absolutely gutted.
Better cut that bit out, Ryan. Cut that bit out, Ryan.
Right.
Fucking hell, I'm raging.
Fermer, see tomorrow night, right? What happens, man? Last minute goal, 90th minute, 1-0, and Arbroath win. What's going to happen in the stands?
Chaos, carnage,
tears.
Tears. If Kilmarnock scored 90 minutes, tears. Aye, but if Arbroath scored. I don't know, Ken. It's a joke, Ken, how you're going to feel. I think I've kind of long ago resigned myself. This is the best season of our life ever, and it'll be fine, win or lose. But we're not going to do there. I'm not going to do there just to say hello. We're going to do there to get the 3 points you can. And I think if we do it, I would love to say we'll jump on the pitch, but they tell me we're up a few levels, so I'll not manage to do that. Like
the thing is, right, my wife's got a night out tomorrow night, and I never ever in a month of fucking Sundays thought I'd be getting a couple of pints and buzzing to sit and watch Kilmarnock via Arbroath on a Friday night. You know what I mean? That's never, man. It's like, I'm actually really excited about it as well. You know what I mean? But it's like, if Killie win, right, and Killie, say the worst thing happens, Killie wins the league, right, are you still putting it down as like the best season ever? But
without a doubt. Yeah, we've won the league 3 times. We've won leagues, but this is you up to the big. We're not the big time. You're playing Killie, Carly, Morton, Partick. No disrespect to any other teams. That's our big teams. We've come here part-time players, but we've stood up and we've been counted. We're up there now. Folks now going to say, "Aye, Arbroath's a big team."
Well, Innes, sorry, I'm calling you Innes. That's your surname. What an ignorant.
You can call me whatever you like, as long as you didn't come out.
Right, so Fermer, it's been at the start of the season. We always do a prediction as to who's going to win each league, right? And I actually said at the start of the season, any team in that league can win it, apart from Arbroath.
Did you say that?
See if you go back and listen to it. So basically, what I'm saying is, I've not got a fucking clue, have I?
You're not the only one that doesn't have a clue. Like my predictions all year's been rubbish. Like, you get what I mean? But listen, you'd be quite right to think that we weren't going to win it. You can't say that's a bad shout, because we shouldn't have been winning it, or we shouldn't have until we started playing and seeing how good we were. Now, I never thought I would be seeing the likes of when we come away for grounds like Partick, Inverness, Carly, when we come over there with a draw, or we'll come away with getting beat at Carly, but you can places we've come away with a lot of draws this season. I never thought looking at Arbroath and draws would be disappointed, because we should have beat them. That's how good we've been this year. I mean, you can say what you like. Killie's no beat us this year. They've no scored against us this year. Okay, could I change tomorrow's night? There's not much we can do about that. There's not much I can do about it if it happens. But yeah, we're on the map now.
I still fancy using the playoffs, even if he's done.
I was going to say that as well, because like when you look, I've seen quite a lot of Dundee and St Johnstone who are, let's be honest,
Dundee and St Johnstone wouldn't want to be anywhere near playing Arbroath.
No.
Do you think Gayfield's played a lot in the promotion push, Fermer? Because obviously, I mean, having been there several times watching Falkirk, the wind that comes off the pitch. It looks decent at the moment, but it's a really hard place to go to, Gayfield.
Yeah.
I think you hear Abdi says it's a difficult place to go. The wind is something else. You can be in the terracing and think it's all right, and then you can do onto that pitch and it's swirling about and blowing a hoolie. So there's no to do that plays a wee part of it. But you got to mind, 50% of our games has been away from him, and that's so we can't just say it's Gayfield.
Absolutely not. I mean, the players. I mean, it just goes to show you. There's Michael McKenna and Thomas O'Brien. They're up for Championship Player of the Year. I mean, how good have they been?
Tom O'Brien, he is quite literally one of the best centre halves I have ever seen in my life.
Better than Ricky Little.
Listen, as the boys said in the Western, I wouldn't have liked to live in the difference.
I've got a question for you right now. Great on Stephen, our Rangers fans. I'm a Celtic fan, right? Now, at the end of the season, regardless of whether or not Arbroath go up, right, I would have absolutely no qualms at all with Dick Campbell being manager of the year. I don't think there's an argument in it, regardless of what happens in the Premier League, what happens in any of the other leagues as well. I think Dick Campbell is far and away the manager of the season this season. Would you agree with me?
Aye.
100%.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What's the score going to be on Friday, Fermer?
2-0.
2-0 for the Red Lichties.
Aye. Killie's no scored. Our defence is thicker than a Duke's arse. We're going to be... It's going to be tough. But aye, 2-0.
Brilliant.
Oh man, I hope Arbroath do it.
Yeah, Fermer. If Arbroath win tomorrow night, can we get you back on next week to talk about how your Friday night was?
No bother.
Brilliant.
My Friday night will go into Sunday, Monday. I'll just tell you that.
Hopefully you'll be all right by next Sunday. Fermer Innes, Lichty Lads podcast. Arbroath legend. Thank you so much for coming on Football Daft.
Loved it, guys. All the best. And
Thanks
Mono
very
on
much.
this.
Football Daft's big question.
So most seasons, Player of the Year tends to go to someone from one of the Old Firm teams. So we thought we'd exclude them for our Player of the Year, and we thought we'd ask, who have been the best players out with of Glasgow this season?
Oh, I would say there's a couple of contenders. The first couple that come to mind are potentially, is it Regan Charles Cook from Ross County? I think he's had a very good season. And I can't believe I'm saying this, John. Barry bloody Mackay's had a good season as well.
Anything.
Jam tarts.
Anything.
Yeah, but there's nobody's had a better season for Hearts than Craig Gordon.
Aye.
Yeah, it seems to, I mean, even looking at the reactions that for the listeners have come in, it seems to be those three: Craig Gordon, Barry Mackay, and Regan Charles Cook.
By the way, Bob, that's another. This is not going to be any.
No, the cup final.
Aye, man, I'm telling
Mate,
you.
it's got to be a murder. I can't deal with it.
Aye, you're right.
We've
you're
got
right.
them at Tynecastle the week before it, and then
Who was the boy that got the man in the match at the weekend as well? He's got a double jointed name.
Ellis Sims.
Ellis Sims as well.
Aye.
By
They've
the way,
gone good guns, man.
Ellis is his first name and Sims is his second name.
What is that? I thought his second name was Ellis. I thought it was like John Ellis.
That boy with a fucking triple barrel name, man. Graham Stevely.
I bet the two goals in that semi-final for Hearts,
beautiful
man.
goals.
Jesus.
Yeah. Craig Halkett looks like he looks injured now. He looks, his season's over, and Suter's still to come back as well. So you wait and see. But I mean, they've been very good this season, Hearts. You have to say.
Who else are we thinking? Obviously, out with Hearts. Anybody else apart, like obviously Charles Cook.
I think Martin Boyle would have been in contention if he had stayed at Hibs. He started off the season.
Aye, but if you're an Ed boy, it should be your uncle John.
Well, it's true. That
has
Charlie
Mulgrew had a good season?
Charlie Mulgrew's been very good at Dundee United. He's very good at Dundee United. And the boy who was playing for Dundee United, Fuchs, he was playing really, really.
Do you know that way? It's very from time to time when you're watching a game. If as a Celtic or Rangers fan, obviously, there's a player that stands out for the opposition, and you're like, I would actually consider bringing him in. And see Fuchs at Dundee United, I thought he was a mile above anything else at that team. And you see, did he not end up in the lower leagues in England?
I think he did, mate. I think he did.
That's the issue with Scottish football. Teams are so desperate to make a bit of money. As soon as a team comes in with anything even resembling a decent offer, they're away. And it doesn't matter. Like it just shows you as well, these players don't really have any sort of ambition to go further in their career, because for me, he's went backwards for Dundee United, and he could have made it to a higher level, I think.
Who's the boy that played what's his name again? The Northern Irish midfielder for St Johnstone, and he left.
Oh, McCann.
Aye.
Was it McCann?
Wasn't it McCann? Wasn't it McCann?
There was the two. You talking about the two
Who
players
was
that
it?
left? The two that left the final day of the season.
Aye,
remember.
2 seconds. I'll look it up. Hold on.
He was really.
I tell you who's been good as well. Looking down the leagues and looking at kind of players, I like Kevin Van Veen at Motherwell. I think he's a right good player.
Do you know we were talking between August and before he went to Dundee United? Tony Watt, is he lit the fire in Dundee United?
Oh, aye. I mean, apparently
Tony Watt's had a very good season.
Tony Watt has had a very good season. A lot of people mention Tony Watt. I tell you, Aberdeen have been poor this season as well, but I really like the big guy up front, Christian Ramirez.
He's brilliant.
Aye.
I always like whenever I've seen him, I've been impressed by him.
The wee fullback as well is a good player.
Calvin Ramsey.
He's a good. He's got a good career ahead of him, man.
Yeah. So I mean, there has been a lot of good players for a lot of the teams out with the Old Firm, and we'll go to the listeners and see what they're saying.
Let's do it.
Off and says, been impressed with Barry Mackay when I've seen him this season. Always liked him as a player and is doing so well at Hearts.
2 seconds, a wee second. Can you do that bit again, John? Right, it was Ali McCann was the boy's name.
Ali McCann.
Yeah. Ali McCann. Him. Where did he go to?
He went to Preston for 1.25 million.
He can't really grumble. So Johnson
can't complain.
And there was Jason Kerr as well. He was the centre half. He went to Wigan for 630,000.
I know. So they've done some good business here, St John's.
Preston's.
Did they not quote Celtic? I think it was Celtic. They quoted 3 million for Ali McCann.
Oh, did they?
And then they turn around and sell him to Preston for 1.25.
Nah, I think they quoted Celtic probably what he went to Preston for, but your board kidded on that they said 3 million, mate, so you didn't need to pay the 1.2.
That's all right, mate. We've got plenty of money. Don't you worry about that.
Boys, will we see what the listeners are saying to it?
Let's do it.
Let's see that, John.
Let's see what
see
they're
it.
saying to it. Andrew says, been impressed with Barry Mackay whenever I've seen him this season. Always liked him as a player, and he's doing ever so well for Hearts.
He really is. He's a rejuvenated character. Greg has got in touch. He says short list can only be Barry Mackay, Craig Gordon, Regan Charles Cook, Stephen Kingsley, and Craig Halkett.
We didn't mention Kingsley. He's been brilliant, absolutely fantastic for Hearts.
Weekend he scored.
He's a peach.
Ian says, oh, sorry, Grado, on you go.
No, on you go.
Ian says, I'm going to have to go with Regan Charles Cook as well. I've been saying I like him as a player for a while now. He's a player I'd like to see in my team. He's excellent. He really is. Like I was saying earlier on about Fuchs, he's somebody that stands out. The work rate of the guy is unbelievable, and he's all over the final third of the half.
Do you think he'll get a move to, say, an Aberdeen or a Dundee?
He'll probably end up at fucking Cambridge Town or something like that. You know what I mean?
Aye.
Was there a place in Glasgow? I remember going up with my mum to Glasgow, and there was a place called Fookies.
Aye. It's a nightclub, was it not?
I always remember the macaroni. They did macaroni during the day. Matty says Barry Mackay, Regan Charles Cook, Craig Gordon, who should easily be in every person's Scottish team of the year.
You need to do this in the tune, John.
Oh, no, I'm not doing the tune. You do this one.
You do.
Okay, Niall says Andy
Cut
Halliday, Andy Halliday.
And Michael says, from a Hearts point of view, Gordon has been outstanding, but Stephen Kingsley has been absolutely different class all season. Played most of the season out of his best position too.
He'll be probably looking for a Scotland cap, I assume. If Tierney can't make the playoffs, I'm assuming Stephen Kingsley will be in.
He's got to be called up, hasn't he? He's got to be.
I would say so.
Daz says, never mind out with. It's not always about the old firm, new firm, or whatever the fuck they call themselves nowadays. Gordon's been the best keeper in the league, and there's a few players from various clubs that should be in the team of the year and in nominations for player of the year. Daz, see if you're going to use a big spiel like that, mate. Name the fucking players.
No, and I think Daz is saying this and after a few fucking perfect drafts in the house, isn't he? He's like, fuck, he shouldn't be about this. See, Daz, by the end of the night, he's sitting on his couch singing Lukaku starts.
Hey, Daz, get off your soapbox.
Ryan says he might be biased considering he's an ex-Blackpool player, and even though he plays for Hearts, he's got to go with his boy, Ellis Sims.
That's double-barreled Ellis Sims. And Gilgamesh ends us up with this one. Got to be Lundstrom of Opposition FC.
Hey, well played, Gilgamesh. Well played. That was
Gilgamesh. Nice. That's a belter. That's up there with the Lukaku tweet, mate.
It is. And that was this week's big question.
It's a player profile playoff with piesports.com. They are bringing you pies straight to your door. All the fans' favourite Scotch steak and gravy, macaroni, haggis and steak, the doner kebab pie. They have got it all, and you can get them by calling 0141 739 9999, 0141 739 9999. They will deliver pies direct to your door and sometimes free of charge. Check out their website for all the postcodes. They will deliver to you free of charge. Get the pies in for the big games this weekend and you can enjoy that. Of course, on Football Daft, we like to give them away. And on to play today, it is Billy Gaddy, who is a Celtic supporter. Hello, Billy.
All right.
How's it going, mate?
Aye, good one. All right, is this it starting now? I thought we'd already
This is us, Billy. This is it.
Get your shit in now, get your shit in.
Right.
Aye. Tell us how you went viral.
Billy, I believe you went viral through TikTok, mate. Is that right? Tell us and the listeners of Football Daft exactly how that happened.
Just people love me, mate. So I just put video. I need to click on that. You know, it's only wrestling Daft video which went truly viral. So
that's true.
Mate, I want you on this show every week, man.
Billy on our sister podcast, Wrestling Daft, made an observation that he wouldn't have found out about 9/11 if it wasn't for Family Guy, which then blew up to the point that Lewis Capaldi, he got a picture of Lewis Capaldi, and Lewis came up to him and says, "I know you from somewhere." And Billy says, I went viral on TikTok with talking about 9/11.
I got COVID that day, I know, man, so I had to like phone up Track and Trace and tell them I was Lewis Capaldi and
That's amazing.
The guy who's on the phone at me just burst out laughing. He was like, "Oh, do you know where he stays?" I'm like, "No, how the fuck do I know where he stays?"
But I'll tell you something, you better catch up with that Lewis Capaldi. He's got it, man.
He was at the football 2 days later, so obviously didn't phone him.
Brilliant.
That's Lewis Capaldi cancelled.
Brilliant. Okay, we're going to play for pies, Billy. Do you know how the game works? I'm going to read out a player description. You've got to jump in, guess who it is before one of the boys does. If you get it right, you get a point. If you get it wrong, your chance is away. The play continues with the other player. All right, first of two wins. Billy, which one of these fine gentlemen would you like to play?
I'll go with Grado then.
Oh, fuck off. I can't be bothered. Okay.
Grado. Here we go. He's setting up for this one. He always.
You were born in 2001, weren't you?
Aye.
All right, okay, that might be right. Listen, because of obviously Sean Maloney's departure at Hibs, I've went for short-term managers that haven't been at a club for a long time in Scotland. Okay, right, okay. There's a few that you're going to get quite quickly off the bat here. Right, you ready for this one?
Mm-hmm. Oh, what's up?
Oh, we need those.
Oh, sorry, you need your buzzers. Grado.
Roof.
Billy.
Becky.
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 Oh.
Billy, by the way, you have the option to go for floor there.
You know, Billy, you actually look like that guy Spexy who did the Celtic rap.
Just because they're both specky. Is he no ginger as well?
We need to get that guy on the show, by the way.
You look a wee bit like him, Billy.
He's a Coat Bridge guy. We need to track him down and get him.
Maybe he could do a rap for Football Daft. There we go. Anyway, let's get into the game then. So it's short-term managers. Here we go. First manager out. This man was appointed manager of Hibs, and he was the only non-Scot to manage the club. First non-Scot to manage the club since 1919. Came a bit of a surprise because the Hibs board of directors had only met the previous day to discuss the possible replacement for Alex McLeish.
Oh, Alex McLeish.
He was a Hibs legend, but his time in charge was unsuccessful.
Pat
No, I will continue. He only won one match out of 15 in 2001 and 2002, and after 69 days was sacked as manager. He was replaced by Bobby Williamson, but will still live on in the memories of the Hibs supporters, one of the greatest players to ever have played with them.
I don't know.
Come on, Billy.
Come on, Billy. He's French. French
international. It rhymes with
Wank was he?
Tozy.
You know what? Jose Mourinho.
Brilliant. It was, of course, Stephen Purden.
Frank Sozy.
Right, okay, right.
Should have got that
Next one out. In November 2005, after speculation linking him with the job, he took charge of Hearts. He officially took the position of head coach on the 8th of November 2005. Events reported in February 2006 by Scottish newspapers suggested he's unhappy with Romanoff's hands-on approach, and speculation increased that Romanoff was involved in team selection. On the 22nd of March 2006, he was sacked as manager after just 4 months in charge of Hearts, with the club citing poor results as the season. He had previously worked at Portsmouth and Chelsea.
I'm struggling with that because
if you tolerate this,
don't, Chris. Right, come on, boys.
Travis.
Travis
is not even the band.
It's the fucking Mannix.
Jesus. Caretaker manager of Chelsea and managed Portsmouth.
Cathro.
As a player, he played for Dundee. It's not Cathro.
It's not
Billy, you've not got it either.
Nah, pass. I don't.
Graham Rex.
Oh, what? Fuck.
Wow. Struggling this out. Right, this one's easy. Okay. On March 2006, this man was appointed manager of Rangers, replacing Alex McLeish. He signed a 3-year contract with the option to extend his stay at Ibrox.
Roof.
Grado.
Paul Le Guin.
Well done. Fucking hell.
Fucking hell, Grado, man. See you going like that.
Jesus Christ.
I don't.
By the way, you need to take into account the fact that Billy was 5 when that happened.
I know.
He decided to register his Zeta with them. Fuck him.
Right, come on, boys.
Grado's becoming a ruthless bastard with the pies, man.
This is for the win. Right? In a dream ticket style move, this man was appointed head coach of Celtic on June 1999, a couple of years before he was born.
Roof. John Barnes.
It is John Barnes.
How did, I mean...
Got in just before me there. I had that one.
There we go.
Hey, I'll give him that one. We can do the final one if he
He
thinks
took
it's
an angry drink there, Grado. Did you see that?
It took it. Listen, there's no final one, Grado, because you were shite in the first two, which unbelievable. So, well done, Grado. You won this week.
Hey, Billy.
Wasn't much of a competition, but yeah, well done.
Right. You're not getting the pies, Billy.
I love the way he's always hanging on for somebody. I'm not getting the pies.
It's great, all
I
right.
was wondering what you were going to put in the pies anyway, getting me to come on at 4:20. So.
Oh, well then, there we go. Piesports.com. Billy's not getting pies, but you can. Head to their website right now.
It's now time for Grado's 3 riddles on Football Daft. Welcome to this. Sorry.
What? I've never
Just
done
interrupt
that.
my intro. It's the fucking only thing I look forward to doing every week.
Hey, hold on. Keane's came on here and absolutely fucking destroyed John.
I mean-
then he's interrupted Grado's riddles, man. Oh, Keane, my boy.
Wow. We're joined by Keane Toll for this week's riddles.
I apologise.
He's like, he builds up to it and this is what he does, he builds up and goes, sorry, did you interrupt my intro?
Keane Toll has already told me that he spoke to one of his friends today who hated me on Clyde 1, and now
It wasn't one of my pals. It was just somebody. Like, just somebody.
Just somebody.
I can't
Telling
remember.
you,
So
man.
what was it they exactly said?
They just said that they pure hated John. They were.
So why were you talking about John in the first place? Let's get the crux of this.
I think it was my taxi driver.
You think it was your taxi driver?
Oh,
What
it's all
was
coming
your
out now.
taxi driver for that?
It was my taxi driver.
Listen,
I-
you taxi driver, I'm on the search for
Go
you
on,
now.
give him a shout out tomorrow.
Aye. What's his name, Keane?
That's a good line.
I don't know. I didn't ask him.
Right, okay. Keane Toll's taxi driver. I'll go on the radio tomorrow and say, Keane Toll's taxi driver. You better watch it.
Aye.
Right, there we go. Grado, continue with your intro.
Welcome to Grado's 3 riddles of the week. Scores on the boards for the riddles currently stand at, John.
It is, the scores are as follows. We'll give last week's riddle first, right? The last week's riddle was religion every day. Keane Toll, what is the answer? Religion every day.
Where does it say it?
It doesn't say it anywhere. It's not, you don't get the
Christian
answer.
Daily.
The answer's
Talk about
Keane.
your madman.
I don't know.
Right, religion every day. What was the answer, Stephen Purden?
Christian Daily.
It was Christian Dale. Come on, Keane.
Come on,
I should have got that one. I
You should have got that. Remember Ali Dixon, who joined up to Patreon just so he could get the riddles first?
Aye.
He's in again. He's got another point in the board.
By the way, that guy's got a bit of ingenuity. I like
He
that.
has.
Aye.
He has. So Ali is on 2 points. Keane Toll, you are on 1. Ali McDonald's on 1. Pat the Power Prick 1. Declan Ramage is on 1. Ian Meikle 1. Jack is on 1. John Mitchell's on 2. Ryan Dunbar's on 2. Producer Ryan's on 2. Nicola Purden's on 2. Albert's Legend is on 3. Dean is on 8. Stephen, you are on 21. I'm on 22. And Chris is on 35. And Grado has 3 riddles.
I'm not giving you that Jack Stam last week.
Oh, yeah. What do you mean you're not giving me that?
I'm just not giving you it.
Because you were just listing off Dutch defender.
Was it
and-
was
and
was
then you
it
went
correct?
Jack
Was
Stam.
it sorry? Was it the correct answer?
Okay.
Thank you
It
very
was.
much. What's a point? Thanks very much. We're not going to VAR on that, by the way.
It's funny.
I'm a taxi driver, man. I hate fucking John on Clyde one, man.
Right, Grado, 3 riddles, go.
Right, these have been sent in. So,
I was still calling him Grado's 3 riddles.
so Right, okay,
Like,
so
I hope
they're
you
not as
name
good.
check
They're
these
not. They're
guys.
basically. I don't think they're as good as mine.
Name
But anyway.
check the people who have sent them in, though, at least.
I've mixed it up this week for one for Jamie on Twitter. He's gave us a topper.
Right, but what we need to do is we need to know who sent them so that they can't claim to have got them the quickest.
Ah, right, you're right. Jamie on Twitter and a guy called Rangers. He sells Rangers shirts on Instagram. He's a nice guy.
Ross Edmonds.
His name's Rangers Football Shirts on
Oh,
Instagram.
aye. Aye.
Anyway, back to this quiz. So here comes the first riddle. Cropper swallows Barlow.
Steve McGarry.
It's funny. Where'd you get that from?
Is that right?
No.
Barlow.
Barlow, I thought. I can't. Oh,
Cropper
right.
swallows.
Barlow.
Cropper swallows Barlow. Cropper. That's quite a good one then, actually.
Grado, did you say proper?
Cropper, as in Charlie, Romeo, Oscar, Papa, Echo,
Cropper.
Romeo. Cropper swallows Barlow.
Fuck's sake. Swallows.
So I thought you'd have got that right away. I must
Hold
have.
on, man. Right, stop talking.
It's going to need a bit of carry, isn't it?
Ken.
This one's for Jamie on Twitter. Thank you,
Is
Jamie.
it Ken Barlow? Hold on.
That's what I've been going with, man.
Cropper swallows Barlow.
Oh, Hayley McQueen. Hayley. Oh. Hayley. Roy Cropper. Roy Cropper. Hayley Cropper. Roy Mackay. I don't know. Fuck's sake.
This is a good one.
Respect, honestly.
Cropper swallows Barlow.
Cropper. Hayley Cropper or Roy Cropper?
I don't know.
No idea. I'm stuck for this one.
Really?
Once you say it, it'll click and I'll say it.
Aye, it will click. It does click. Any takers, John? Chelsea at Bob, MD. Think along the lines of just Coronation Street here. Come on, Cropper swallows Barlow. What does somebody do when somebody swallows? And what's, come on.
You got Homer Simpson there.
Nope, Ken. Deirdre Barlow.
Eat Ken.
Oh my God, mate. You've basically
Really?
seen it. John, you're basically saying the answer.
It's not Cedric Eaton. No.
You basically went, you've said, John, you've said the answer right there. You
Roy Aitken.
Well done, Cole.
Oh, God.
I knew you'd get there.
That's a good one. That's a good
That is a good one.
Right, okay, here's
That is
one
a
for
good
you.
one.
Old school comedy channel that makes barrels.
Davy Cooper.
Well done, John, and he's
That's
in there.
a good one.
And this is the next one. This is a good one, right? This is it. Newcastle, Scotland.
Jordi Alba.
Well done, Toe.
Oh, that is a good one. That is a good one. Fantastic.
That is a belter.
If
well
anybody
played.
else who's any, what are they called? Riddles, let us know. Email the show.
No, message Grado. Message Grado directly.
Don't email me.
Grado, you should have a few in your
It was
inbox. Remember-
Discord last time.
What?
It was Discord last time.
Discord, aye.
Right. You should have a few in your Twitter inbox as well, Grado, because there are a few listeners have been in touch saying I've messaged Grado some riddles, so you should have a few in your Twitter inbox. So
For next week as well, probably.
message Grado with
This is
your
my game because
riddles.
I think I've only got about 4 or 5.
I get heavy. I've been heavy riddled this week, man.
We've all been riddled this week.
Let's
All
get
been
riddled.
So
Right,
this
next
week's riddle for everyone else has come from another listener who got in touch and he sent me a whole bunch of riddles and I saw them, so I thought I couldn't pass them on because that would be unfair. It comes from Dale
Why would you
Cadlish,
can't send me, John?
who basically sent us a load. And here's his first one. See if you can get this one. Anne's a bit of an artist and always behind the wheel. Anne's a bit of an artist and always behind the wheel. That's Anne's a bit of an artist and always behind the wheel. Now hit the theme tune.
Help.
It's time for the football daft moment of the week, and last week's results are in, boys. And it's not looking good for some of the big winners on this. In last place is Grado with his nomination of Kenny Shields. I shouldn't have told you that, which only got 3%.
I shouldn't have went with
So
that.
I'm really surprised at that.
I shouldn't have went with
Stephen, you have had a bit of a winning streak on this, but ever since you've been banned from using Rangers, it's all went tits up. You're one of the Spanish coach tripping up a player, only got 5%.
Come on!
That was a cracker as well. Chris, it means it was between you and the listener for the win here. With 38% of the vote in second place, it was Chris with the Celtic Instagram lady with the fish captain. Excuse me, I asked for the large fish. However, the winner was Wee Tam the Bairn, who won with his choice of Ian McCall labelling Partick Thistle as Dugmate. So
I'm really, I mean, well played, fair play to you. But I'm surprised at the results of last week's. I mean, the big fish I thought was a.
I thought the big fish was a shoe-in. I thought I'd have
caught a winner with that one.
Hey, don't get started on that again. Right, Chris, you were in second place. You get to choose.
In second place, there's another fish joke. Right, okay. So my one this week, I'm going to defer to my friend here, the guy who sits to the bottom right hand corner of my screen, not necessarily your screens. It's Stephen Purden. His Twitter barrage after the Rangers and Celtic game on Sunday was magnificent. But a specific...
Let's just recap what Stephen did on Twitter on Sunday,
So I need to say that it's a one specific tweet that got me, because he done it just to make himself popular. It was all four of them would shite it for a Lundstrom tackle. Now, it blew up. It blew up, didn't it? Fair enough, Stevie. You got accused of having bogging nails when it wasn't even your fucking hand. They had took a 40. There was all sorts going down. There was private messaging. There was this, that, and the other. And I loved hearing every second of it. Now, what we'll do is, once we have this live show, or this FIFA tournament, we'll tell you exactly what happened. But we're not putting it out live on air.
Certainly not.
We're not putting it out live. Grado's fear. But you know what? I'm no fear. And I'll tell you something. See, if you see me in the street, come up and try and tackle me. I don't give a fuck. Let's see what happens.
So, Stephen's Twitter started off beautiful. It's a lovely picture there of his two beautiful children. Happy Easter, little okay thing.
Then it goes to
at the start of the day. Then it turned a bit later on. WATP, Absolute Warriors, red, white and blue circles. Extra time isn't for anyone, it says the next tweet with a little emoji of someone. Then we've got a picture of John Lundstrom. This guy. Exclamation mark. Then a gif of Scott Arfield doing the salute. The difference, blue heart for the emoji. Go to the opposition as he's quote tweeted Celtic saying content finger below. Then we've moved on to, this is 3 days, so we've moved on to, we're getting later in the night now. The opposition were absolute dynamite today, by the way, especially after Thursday's efforts. However, the belter was a picture of a rival podcast team. Every one of them would shat it for a Lundstrom tackle. The next tweet, burst.
Listen, see if people can't take tweets in the fucking the way that they're intended, then you need to fucking grow up.
I was, as you can imagine, I was very, very pissed.
But there wasn't any bad malice or anything.
And you know what? I mean? I don't regret one iota of it.
It's a good laugh, innit?
It's a good laugh, innit? Right, that's Chris's nomination. Stephen's tweets. Stephen Purden, let's come to you next.
I'm going with Celtic. So it's no Rangers. Yeah. It's no Rangers. I'm going with goal for the opposition.
Goal for the opposition.
I'm going with that.
Right, okay, it's outrageous. I'll let you off that. Goal for the opposition. Grado, what you got?
Mine's as Mark McGee saying that he's going to go on a diet.
Mark McGee, what? Hold on. No,
You not seen this, John?
No.
Right, so basically McGee has basically said that in preparation for the big game, so Johnson are playing Saturday, innit?
Yes.
They play St Johnstone Saturday, and he's told I thought it was his wife, but it's not. It's Charlie Adam. He says he told Charlie Adam that he's going to be going on a diet. Well, I'll get the exact quotes. He's also going to no put his heating on for the full week as well. This is generally what he said, John.
He's going to come the big game day. He's got to ask himself, why am I cold? Why am I hungry for this game?
There are two things
I like that. I like that.
By the way, he'll be sitting in the sideline with a jacket on, fucking dying.
But it's like the players going, oh fuck, man, we need to win this game, man. Fucking Mark McGee, he's at fuck all week and he's sat in the house freezing. How does that G up your players? What's that many day your players? Right,
the Dundee players are like that. We need to win this game. The gaffer's fucking needing a rolling sausage.
There are two things.
I believe I missed that penalty, man. The gaffer's starving enough.
I'm doing this week to get the win. The first thing I've done is to go on a diet so that I'm hungry all the time. And then ask myself, why am I hungry? And I'm hungry because there's a big game on Saturday. The second thing I'm doing, I've told Charlie this, and he thinks that I'm off my head. He says, I won't be using any heating, so I'll be cold. So then I'll ask myself, why am I cold? And I can say because of the game on Saturday. And it's not the two things of being cold and hungry, but it's the principle of them, because I'm asking my own players to make this game important in their own minds. I want them to focus on the game, and this is what I'm going to do to make sure they're focused. For the rest of the week, I'll be on a strict Leslie Strachan diet, and I won't be using heating. Trust me, it's a psychological thing for me. When I get here on Saturday, not only will I feel as if I've done everything, but also feel as if I have given everything. Mate, McGee is like, I've went for hating him with all the phone stuff till it now I'm like, I'm on the Mark McGee train, man. Keep this shit. This is entertainment.
Jen, we should get him for the live show.
You'd be great, man.
Oh, it's like.
Can you imagine if somebody tried to film a bit of it, for fuck's sake?
Right, okay,
Seriously though, what is he thinking? What is he on about?
I don't know.
I quite like it.
It's a bit worrying, isn't it, a wee bit?
Yeah, it's psychotic, is what it is.
He's kind of like...
We better watch these, alright, but...
Sitting in the house freezing.
Listen, Mark, there's a website, www.betterhelp.com.
Right, okay, the listener nomination from this week comes from Mr. Craig Laurie, and he is putting forward, I think you and Grado will appreciate this one, Stephen, John Hartson's book of offside rules.
Oh my God.
After John Hartson was claiming the Bassey's hand was offside at the weekend there during the analysis.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show, John Hartson.
I don't know how I blocked everybody after he was on.
He's had a bad few days, hasn't he? Yeah, he's been caught hurt a few times in certain phone-ins and that I've heard as well. So
you know what, mate? He's trying his best to. I don't know how a lot of these people are getting paid to be pundits, because
I know, mate.
In the world, I love John Hartson as a footballer. I thought he was amazing for Celtic. Lovely guy. He's no cut out for that job. I'm sorry, he's not.
I'm calling you Hartson now, Toll. But Toll, there's another. But see, when you get like, players that kind of say stuff like that, it's just another argument for fan media sometimes, isn't it?
Exactly.
It is, mate. It's 100% that.
And then you get the fucking Celtic fan media. Remember, listen, they're not your friends. These people are not your friends.
Aye, the guy at the press conference.
Yeah, well, there is that.
That's funny.
Hey, Ange, I'm your friend. They're not your friends.
Right, so what are the football daft moments of the week this week? First of all, Crystal.
I can't remember what that pick. Oh, yeah, Stevie's Twitter. Stevie's social media. SSM.
Stephen Purden.
Goal for the opposition.
Grado.
Mark McGee's end of season self-malnourishment campaign.
It rolls off the tongue. It rolls off the tongue.
No, it should just be McGee needs a McGee's.
And Hartson's book of offside rules is in from the fans. Get voting now on our Twitter at Football Daft Pod. What is your Football Daft moment of the week? Remember, you can get more content from Football Daft on Patreon right now. Just in case you don't know what that is, subscription service. You can get more content, including the video version of this show, the video version of Rangers and Celtic Daft. Celtic Daft back this week, Chris.
Yes.
Fantastic. You'll be able to get the chance to come to our FIFA tournament, depending on Rangers if they get to the Europa League final.
I know, grads, man. Like, what's going to happen there, man? You've got to go to Seville, probably, if we...
Well, it's going to be if Rangers get to the Europa League final, we're going to rearrange the FIFA tournament.
I think we'll need to, aye.
And big news coming soon.
Playing the Wednesday night and I'll not be doing it anyway.
But yeah, so we've got details of that going up. We're going to get that. That's all pretty much confirmed. Get all the details up on our Patreon about that. So if you want to come along to our FIFA night, patreon.com/football daft.
Also, there's a chance to meet Kev the chef.
Oh,
yes.
Shout out to
Yes.
Kev the chef.
Kev the chef. Kev the chef. Kev the chef. Kev the chef.
Kev will be posing for 40s, 20 quid a whip.
There we go.
Yeah.
So get along to that. Get involved now. Patreon.com/football daft. News of a live show coming very soon as well. So
That's right. We've been talking about we should get this in for a live show. We've not even mentioned that. We'll get to that soon.
We'll get to that soon. Cameos from the boys as well. Grady's going to do Grady, I believe, is doing a cameo as in the version in the way soon. So there we go.
It's not having it's Alm.
So you can get that if you sign up to our Patreon, patreon.com/football daft. You will always get up there our teammates from all our past guests. So get on that. You'll hear them all. But here's one for you right now. It's Celtic legend Jackie McNamara.
It's not even a good one.
Worst dressed.
Neil Lennon.
Everybody says Neil Lennon, man.
I seen there's a thing recently where like was that a white suit he'd on or something? I seen that popped up on Twitter the other day again. That one it does the rounds with the full white suit.
That was a close one between him and Big Sutty. Sutty's gear was it wasn't bad gear, but it was just minging. He used to walk with his dogs and all the muck and all that come in a tramp. But I think definitely between the two.
Moniest.
Alan Stubbs. Scout. Yeah, I hated him on Stubbsy. Just constant.
You ever been on the receiving end yet?
Aye, probably a few times, aye. Yeah.
Aye.
Who do you want to back you up in a fight?
I have to be Big Bobo. I've been very close to a few scraps and games when the European and domestic. So it's one guy I wouldn't mess with. And I've seen him going after one of my old teammates and all. Stillian upset one day and he was going to kill him with the Jesuits.
Really?
It took about 9 years to stop him getting. So he was a monster, Bobo.
Aye.
Best looking.
I'll tell you who thought he was the best looking was DeCanio. Paolo. He absolutely
loved himself.
Loved himself. I mean, he was always in front of the mirror and checking himself out and everything. So probably Paolo.
Teacher's pet.
Teacher's pet. Oh, God, that would be between probably Lambo and Lenny. Probably Lambo. Lambo for me was pals with every manager we had. Everyone he was good.
Do you know, like it's mad how he's actually morphed into Martin O'Neill over the years.
I know. It's funny that because when I first seen him down the road, he'd got the glasses and then
the jacket and all that.
And we actually kind of joked that there was no lens in the glasses. He was just so he could look like the gaffer. Lambo's he totally took his stuff off of Martin and rolled the sleeves up and the trachea and the collar up and all that. Just hand across when he's talking.
Most skillful.
Most skillful. God, that's a tough one. That DeCanio, Lupo, Henrik. Yep, maybe
it's not a bad list, is it, Jackie? It's not a bad list.
It's not bad, mate. It's not bad.
Caused me a lot of tough times early years, man. Caused me a lot of tough times.
Decent five-side, eh? Decent five-a-sides team.
They weren't bad.
Lupo was like, I remember when he came, man, it was like, God, who's this guy? Where did they get him for? Bloody that debut against us, I was like, oh my God, man, what a player he was, what a player.
Magic, wasn't he?
Worst trainer?
Probably Didier Agat.
Aye.
He wasn't great. Not that he wasn't an effort, just like he just wasn't great in training, but he was good in the games. Like you've seen Didier train. Some of the times you would wonder why he was playing, but it was different class in the matches.
He was rapid, wasn't he? Rapid.
Quick.
One of my favourites.
Took my position at all. Yeah.
Who never gets the round in?
Sure, a few hide and seek champions over the years. When it comes to putting the money in the kitty, or one or two would take the kitty and never seen it again. Always felt comfortable when Boydie had it. You know what I mean, Mr. Sensible.
Aye.
Yeah. So there was a few with deep pockets.
Deep pockets and short arms.
Mm-hmm.
Biggest bam-up merchant?
Oh, I think you'd probably guess that was Big Sutton.
Mm-hmm.
He's still doing it now on the telly every week. As his job. He's doing that as his job now. He's winding up people, and actually done a thing with him last week. In fact, with Gradle. Just took me back to the times when in the dressing room, and he wound me up one day. I was chasing around Barrowfield. I was going to kill him. And he just running away from me, getting him break his legs. I don't know, can't remember what he'd done, but he was just a wind-up merchant all the time, sort of. Clever guy, but he was a wind-up merchant.
He's like a professional wind-up merchant now, isn't he? I mean, like you see he's on Twitter and on BT Sport or whatever, man. He's like, he's very, very good at it.
Top shagger?
Oof. I'll go for one of the non-married boys. God, that's a tough one. Maybe Lenny.
Best you've played with?
Henrik Larsson there.
Thanks for listening to Football Daft. Big weekend for football this weekend. Obviously, we've got the early kick-off Motherwell Rangers starting on Saturday.
Oh, right.
Must win for Rangers, obviously. Scores there, boys.
Must win. We need. What is it? What are you laughing at, Grado? We're going to start again.
Right, see how? Remember how last week?
John's fucked.
Remember how last week I never had any puns I never had any puns for the chip, the Twitter, the Celtic Twitter thing.
Aye.
I thought, man, who do you think uploaded that? Rod Stewart.
It's
I'm a week late. Sorry, man. I'm
a week late.
Mate, that's a fucking belter, but. That is a belter, but mate, you're so late.
There we go. Right at the end of the podcast, Grado comes in with one. We'll have another one next week.
Pun or it's you to do it?
What?
What's funnier, the actual pun or you doing it?
It's both. It's equal
It's
funniness.
Great. Right, Motherwell Rangers.
Oh, by the way, anything can happen in that game. It's one of the ones that we've been flying, and we could play at Fir Park, and it could be just back to how it's.
It's a must-win, but you need to make Celtic get over the line. You need to make them earn that. So we need to win.
Yeah. Okay. So win. What's the prediction?
I'm going to go 3-1 Rangers.
Grado.
I'll go 3-1 Rangers.
3-1 Rangers.
I'm going to say 5-0 to Rangers.
Right, okay.
Never know. That's the kind of game it could be, mate.
In the top half as well, we've got Ross County versus Celtic. That's on the Sunday, 2:30 kickoff, Chris.
This is giving me the fear. It really is. This game is giving me the fear. I know we've been brilliant domestically with the exception of Sunday there. Right, and we've not lost a league game in how long? Fucking since September or something like that. Right, but I don't know. I've just got a fucking bad feeling about this one, man. I really do have a bad feeling about it. Again, it all depends what Celtic turn up, but Ross County have been tremendous. They really have been. They're in the top 6. Do you know what I mean? Would you have said that? a couple of months ago?
No.
Never. Do you know what I mean? So the run that they're on is exceptional, and it's giving me the fear a wee bit. But hopefully we can sneak it a wee cheeky one. Nothing to do me.
Yeah. And in the other game in the top half is Dundee United versus Hearts.
That'll be a good game and all, man. Is that Tannadice? Aye.
Yeah, that's at Tannadice, yeah.
I'll go for a draw there.
Draw.
I think Hearts will win.
Hearts will win.
Hearts will win. In the bottom half on Saturday, Aberdeen Livingston.
I can't believe Livy are in the bottom half, man. Or Aberdeen. Like, at the start of the season, you're looking at the squad Aberdeen had, man.
Yeah.
I'm going for a Livy win.
Livy win. Tawdry, Chris.
I think it'll be a draw.
Yeah. We also have St Mirren Hibs. Hibs away, managerless.
Hibs will win because their managers are away now.
That's
classic. How many times have we seen it?
David Gray will be in Babylon by the end of this
week. He'll have the players up and doing a fucking white ladder all day, man, training for this one.
And finally, the big game, Dundee versus St Johnstone, 3 o'clock kickoff on the Saturday. Dundee pretty much done. In fact, are they relegated if they lose this? I think they are, aren't they? I think they're down if they lose this.
I'm going to go a St Johnstone win.
St Johnstone
win.
I'm going to say Dundee. I think Dundee will win because, let's be honest, the players will be wanting their dinner after it.
Mark McGee will be hungry for it. We've talked about Killie Arbroath with Fermer a bit earlier on. That'll be a cracking game on the Friday night. We'll wait and see what happens there. Hopefully we'll be catching up with Fermer next week if they win. The South could be relegated at the weekend if they don't beat Ayr.
That's a shocker,
That's a shocker.
Do you know that there's a scenario here, however, that Ayr, Dunfermline and Queen of the South could all end up on the same points and the same goal difference.
Wow.
And the same amount of goals. I think if it's 1-0 and all the kind of remaining 2 games, they'll all end up in the same amount of goals and stuff. So it'll go down to the head-to-head. But whether that happens or not, but I Queen of the South they've got Ayr and Dunfermline in the last game.
What happens here?
It goes down to the head-to-head.
Head-to-heads.
Go down to head-to-head.
And they've all drew one each for each other.
Cove will win League One if they beat Dumbarton at home.
What a job Paul Hartley's done there, man.
Not even talking about that. Or if they draw, they'll pretty much go up as well. So big games across all of Scotland this weekend as we come to the business end of the season. That's it for us. Thank you very much for listening. What we're going to call the episode this week, guys?
Fermer Loyal. No, don't say that. What can we call it?
A Duke's Arse.
What even is a Duke?
A duck.
Is it?
Aye, tighter than a duck's arse.
Tighter than a duck's arse is the name of this week's show.
You've got to call it a Duke, John.
Aye.
Because that could go a different way. There's other Dukes out there. That could go a whole different way.
That's a good point.
We'll go with a duck.
Go with duck.
What about tighter than a farmer's arse?
No, fuck's sake.
No, mate.
Right, okay. Tighter than a duck's arse. Thanks very much for favourite to come on. And that is it for Football Daft. Thank you very much for listening. We're up the roads.
Audio Frontier.